Well, greetings again, everyone. It's been a bit of a tough start to the new year here around the channel because you notice things aren't quite as hefty around here with content. And that's because I've been hitting with a lot of setbacks and problems with the projects I've been working on, such as the Terminator 2 video chronicling the whole home video history of the film. I've just encountered some problems with file formats and pixel dimensions, and now editing problems with the timeline. They stem from the file format that I'm using. Because usually when I do the on-camera stuff, I have to convert everything to Apple ProRes to be able to put it into Final Cut Pro. But since I'm just doing audio overlays and that type of stuff and just using footage from the film and graphics and stuff like that, I was going to edit in MPEG-4 video, and that's been causing a lot of problems with the whole process. I've ripped all the discs twice to be able to fix some of the problems, but I haven't fixed all the problems. So I'm in process of fixing other problems right now because I ordered more RAM for my computer, my Mac Pro here, and so that's going to arrive by the end of the day. So I'll be getting a major upgrade because I got about 3 gigs of RAM in this thing right now. I just ordered two cards of 8 gigs, so I'm going to have a whole shitload more RAM going on here to speed up a lot of processes. Hopefully I'll get a new graphics card in the next couple of months to be able to up that as well. Get things a little bit more even keel there, but once I get all that stuff figured out, I should be up to hardware specs to be able to go to Final Cut Pro 10 and work on that and see if things are a little bit more agreeable, because with El Capitan, I'm not really compatible with Final Cut Pro 7. I've already had problems with the software being a little difficult to work with on the operating system, so Tech Talk is out of the way now. And I've been working on trying to get a real quick turnaround video going on with a new movie review. But I started doing it too late at night, and things were getting the traction I needed to be able to make it happen. So I just have to kind of decompress throughout the day. Trent and Tim from Hemi are coming over in a little while here to be able to do the final artwork and final track submissions for their new album called Avalon. So I'm going to be working on that in a little bit, and it's going to be a full day. I'm going to be doing a lot of stuff here. So I'm going to be doing this, shooting this thing here, then doing the Hemi album submission. Then I'll eventually get the RAM late tonight and be able to install that and test that out and do a whole bunch of other shit. So it's very busy around here. It's very busy right now. So I apologize for things not being as plentiful as they should be, and not having the videos out that I promised I'd have out this month. But obviously, a lot of problems going on. I'm trying to resolve them. So that's what's going on there. I'll talk about other things probably at the end of the video here. But let's get into some media pickups here. I got a little bit of digital stuff and a whole bunch of analog stuff. So let's start off here with the fact that I finally upgraded Dread, the Blu-ray. I've had it on DVD since pretty much the film came out on disc or whatnot, because I didn't see it in the theater. I heard all the buzz eventually and kind of rented it off Redbox, and then bought it the next day or two. So I've had it on DVD since then. This was actually the very first Forever Cinematic video review I ever did, was Dread. Shot on standard definition video. It looked like crap. It's kind of crap. Don't go back and watch it. Go watch the version I did in 2015, the Redux review, which is a much better representation of what I do now. Because I knew that I had to kind of do a redux of this after a while, because it's such a good film, and I wish I had the Blu-ray Ripper software and all that type of stuff at the time, but it was still a couple months before I got that, so all the footage is still standard def from the film, but at least the on-camera stuff is high def. But regards to that, this is fantastic to get. Well overdue. I kept waiting for a good, real kind of cheap price, because it's there's not anything additional in terms of features on this versus the DVD. It's just the resolution upgrade, which is definitely big. But I didn't want to spend too much, and Amazon eventually had this for $6 and change. So it's this is the lowest price I'm ever going to find this at. Might as well jump on it and get it. And a little more Terminator stuff. I got a little Terminator all over here, but probably picked up the soundtrack to the original film. This is the remastered and remixed version from Brad Fiedel from, I think, a year or two ago. And yeah, he since the original film was mixed in mono, he decided to got the opportunity to kind of remix the entire album in a stereo format, whatnot, to really have it the way he would have really wanted it to be at the time. So I've listened to this a couple of times since I got it a few weeks ago, and it's really nice. It's really nice stuff. You can really hear where he does like things from one channel to the next, whatnot. You can really get a sense of space or whatnot. But I always like watching my Laserdisc version of it, which has the original mono soundtrack along with the original MGM Special Edition DVD. But I just like watching the Laserdisc. I like the analog quality for Terminator or whatnot. I don't like it looking too sleek and polished. I saw the Blu-ray remaster a few years ago, and I couldn't get into it. It was just too clean for me. Some films you really need to have them look really gritty and kind of like an analog presentation or whatnot. Just have that certain extra grain or whatnot, or the extra like analog noise to just have that feel for it. The way you always watched it like 20 years ago or whatnot. The way you kind of want to keep watching it, it has that certain feel to it and everything. So, but getting the soundtrack was really nice. It didn't cost me too much, and it's not a whole lot of anything here to look at. But I got the CD and got the auto rip from Amazon or whatnot. So, whatever the case. But a little more Terminator stuff. Talking T2 because this is the more or less the full frame version or whatnot. You can call this the 4x3 Laserdisc of Terminator 2 because film was shot Super 35, and that means they kind of mask off and recompose the full exposed negative to accommodate either a 2.35 to 1 aspect ratio or the 4x3, like 1.33 to 1 aspect ratio for old television sets. So, wanted to get this for the video whatnot I'm doing on the home video releases to kind of use some of that footage and kind of demonstrate the difference in the composure or the frame or whatnot between the two different versions and show all the type of stuff. So to kind of explain the Super 35mm process and kind of feed into some reasons why the film has been a little lackluster in some of the transfers or whatnot, but lack of detail whatnot. But it's going to get in that video, so there's a whole lot more to get into on that. Wait for the video, it is coming. I just got to work on, again, the hardware stuff, software stuff, and hopefully everything will kind of smooth out here and there. But there we go there. And I got a couple discs off of the Laserdisc Forever group on Facebook. Maxine, who runs, I believe, HollywoodLaserdisc.com, had a bunch of stuff going up on like before Christmas or whatnot. And I figured I wanted to grab a couple of titles because some of them look really good, including Superman the movie in widescreen. This has the original theatrical audio track. There's no like 5.1 remixing or whatnot they did on the DVDs and the Blu-rays or whatnot. Original theatrical audio spread across about at least 2 discs, maybe 3 or 4 sides or whatnot. And I threw in through the disc and I watched at least the opening title sequence and looked really good. I was very pleased with how it looked, and the review of the film is still coming. Once I get all this other stuff kind of washed away, it will come. So, I mean, I've been waiting to do a review on Superman the movie for like a year now. Originally it was going to be like a whole franchise retrospective, but then I did like the Evil Dead one, and that was such a beast of a piece of shit to deal with. I decided I'm not doing those anymore. They're just way too much demanding for what I have to do. So I figure I'll just, for now on, just do single film reviews and get more out of it in that type of way, so I don't have to spend so much time chopping the living shit out of everything to get a video down to some kind of remotely sizable thing with those retrospectives. Usually run like an hour. I want to do something a little bit more straight to the point in that type of way, just like whatever the case. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but basically that's why I didn't do like Predator retrospective of the franchise, because I can get into more detail if I do each film individually. I got more into the substance of the film, special effects, behind the scenes stuff, all these little things, instead of having to be so short and so completely cutting out things here and there and everywhere. I can make it a much more fuller, richer type of video if I just do a single film at a time and get more out of it. So I like that better now, because those things were always a big pain in the ass regards to that. But anyway, a little more James Cameron associate type of stuff is my widescreen version of Strange Days, directed by Catherine Bigelow, written and produced by James Cameron, co-written by him, but a nice gatefold type of thing from Fox. I haven't popped it in yet, but I've been wanting to get this for so very long, even though the DVD version is exactly the same thing, with the same non-anamorphic transfer. The DVD is like from the dawn of DVD and whatnot, and they never remastered it. And the only like Blu-ray releases in like Germany or whatnot, so it's like I can't get it because it's region B locked. So it's like Fox won't put it out, and I don't know if it ever will. But I figure I'd rather get the Laserdisc version where you don't have video compression artifacts from like the dawn of DVD and whatnot and all this type of stuff. I feel I can get a better quality experience through this, and it's going to have Dolby Digital, lossless audio, whatnot, uncompressed stuff. So that's awesome type of stuff too. So I mean, this got some special features on it, which are, like I said, same as the DVD, but it's kind of nice to just have a couple Laserdiscs with a few special features, which leads me into, again, more James Cameron. The Abyss box set, widescreen special edition. It's yeah, because again, can't get this thing on Blu-ray. They won't. They keep saying they're gonna put it out. They're not putting it out. It's not happening. James Cameron had said like back in Comic-Con 2016 that they had like a transfer or whatnot, a wetgate transfer, something like that. Whatever the case, ready to go. It's been the theatrical cut's been streaming on Stars for like 2 years now. They're not putting out the Blu-ray. It's not coming. No, he's too busy with other things. Screwing around with Avatar sequels and the controversial T2 remaster, which again, we'll be getting to. But getting this, I figure, okay, I'm going to break and get this for $5. You can't beat it. All these are $5. So, I mean, you can't really beat that to have this, the special edition with a whole ton of extra features or whatnot. I mean, you look at that list of features on there. There's a whole bunch of shit you can get into and enjoy and just delve into and just have all that type of stuff. So it's like, saw The Abyss first time a few years ago, and of course I was watching till like 3 o'clock in the morning because it's that long of a film. But I felt it was good. It definitely something that's worth giving respect to, what he did with that film and all these different things. Box isn't in too great a shape, but I'm really more concerned about the quality of what's on the disc and whatnot. And I examined everything when it got here, and everything was absolutely perfect. No scratches, no nothing. So that was really, really a big relief, because the thing was shipped from, like, again, California, made its way all the way to New Jersey to arrive here in Illinois in the Midwest. So East Coast, West Coast, Midwest. Damn me, Postal Service, lost my shit in the mail almost. So there you go. That took like an extra 5 days to arrive, but thankfully fears were elated. Nothing got damaged with the box. But something else here, more Christopher Reeve stuff, and another thing that shows I don't care about the quality of the sleeve is switching channels here with a whole bunch of stickers, a whole bunch of creases, a whole bunch of shit, but the disc is fine. Nice little Christopher Reeve, Burt Reynolds, Kathleen Turner comedy film for I think like 88 or so, like right around like Superman 4 time. And I had this on, I don't know what happened to the VHS we had that we recorded off a cable from. I haven't been able to find it in years. I've seen the film a couple times since, in the last couple of years, whatnot. Rented off like iTunes here and there or whatnot, but I've seen it again since, and I still enjoy it. I still think it's okay, but Chris Reeve definitely felt like he seemed like a buffoon or whatnot, a real fool in the film, because he was kind of using it as a coping device after a divorce he had. So he really didn't have the clearest mind of what he was kind of agreeing to get into, and probably really felt in retrospect it didn't come off very well in the film. But personally, I think Burt Reynolds comes off a lot more of a fool in the film. He's a lot more wacky in the film and whatnot, but it's a pretty alright film. If you kind of like grew up on it, I think you'll probably still enjoy it to a certain extent. If you haven't seen it before, you can definitely check it out. It's available on DVD from Warner Archive, but this was definitely a lot cheaper to get it for $5 instead of like 17 or whatnot from that DVD. So I figure it was in the lot. I might as well, in the whole lot of stuff that she was selling, so I figure why not grab it too. So yeah, so I mean that's all I got for media pickups and whatnot. There's kind of nice little things here and there that I'll eventually get to watching. I'm so busy with other things, trying to get computer shit going on and video stuff going on and dealing with work and all these different things. I don't have much time for anything but sitting down and watching episodes of Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Because the only Star Trek podcast I listen to is Mission Log, and they go through every single episode and film of Star Trek chronologically, more or less, and just finding like meanings, morals, messages, and all this type of stuff, seeing if it holds up over time. And they just concluded Next Generation, so they're going to go through the films, and they're going to get to DS9. So it's like I wanted to get watch a few more episodes of DS9 that I just either have seen before, or mainly haven't seen before, to really kind of get myself up to speed and get fresh, to get energized for that. So I really want to keep going into that. So I just been watching a lot of DS9 lately. So when I haven't been feeling up to really doing much of anything, so it's been tough times this month, not as good as I wanted to go and whatnot. But speaking of other Star Trek stuff, I did want to do those scripted reviews of the Star Trek films, but I started realizing that what I had scripted and what I recorded ended up being very, very long. And that's not really the intention of the scripted reviews. It's supposed to be kind of short, succinct, really kind of like maybe like 10 minutes max type of stuff. So I am rethinking what I'm going to do with the Star Trek reviews. We'll see if things still go ahead, but I'm going to kind of let things decompress for a little while, get all this stuff with the computer and the Terminator 2 stuff, and another review going. I was trying to delve into Highlander 3 as a quick movie review, and we'll see if that still materializes. Just like I said, things I'm falling all over myself with here, and I'm just trying to get up to going and get things working. Just a mess. It's been a mess lately, so I'm just trying to clean up the mess and get things moving smoothly. So I don't have any other commentaries in the queue yet. So basically I'm going to be just me trying to get everything done and get some more stuff out to you guys as soon as possible. So I got this here that filled the gap, and hopefully I'll have the Highlander 3 thing moving along in the next couple of days and be able to get that out in a pretty quick fashion, and then I can kind of let things lay where they may. Steve is back from Jamaica, had a wonderful time, and so we'll eventually get together and schedule a few more commentaries with him, do some Halloween franchise stuff and some other things here and there, but we'll see how things go. So I'm letting him kind of reacclimate himself to life here in the cold tundra instead of nice, warm, pleasant Jamaica. So anyway, that's what I got for you guys at this point in time. I'll try to get things up as soon as possible, but thanks for holding out and waiting around and supporting things around here. So I'll be back as soon as I can. So guys, thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.